simplified everything. Does someone really think a guy is more capable of adding than a girl?
Although overall within computer and technology related occupations, there's practically a 50-50 split between men and women. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, certain fields such as network and computer system administrators are composed of as little as 19% women. It's evident that within certain science, technology, engineering, and math occupations, there's a clear gap between men and women. Maria Luisa Marquez, pediatric doctor, describes why she believes that there's so little women in STEM.
So I think there are fewer women than men in STEM because it's an issue that's happening very early in our education life. And I think it's about a lot about stereotyping and unconscious biases that we have in brain. In my class, I was the only woman applying for medicine, and in some point in my life, I thought I always was considered a nerd. I never saw myself that way, so I didn't care what people thought. But I always had a very adaptable or flexible mindset, and I always take the opportunity in life to learn and to grow. So in humanity, for women especially, we don't teach adaptability of mindset as much. We sometimes think that we have a fixed IQ. We now know that that's not true. And it's seen by a lot of people in our society that that's the case. So when you have an environment where people has the bias that you're not the same, or you may be, it may be harder for you to get there. It's not as conducive as it is for other people that we take for granted that they should be there, right? But at the end of life, I'm now being convinced that one of the things we humans have to work out a lot is really the mindset, because there are two types. One would be a very fixed mindset and very flexible mindset, and that would be for people who is mentoring, encouraging, educating, and sponsoring women, and appreciating that we have to make sure we have the role models. And not only that, that's not enough. We have to have the sponsorship. And in order to sponsor people, you have to recognize your biases, work them out, and not and promote them.
It is clear that within many occupations there is an evident gender gap. Many times this gender gap is rooted in the idea that women cannot and are not skilled within STEM. Many times I have received backhand comments since I am interested in science. I have received the oh so common, "Don't do that, you're a lady," or a more straightforward comment like, "You're good, but you're a girl." It's clear that even at a high school level, people have the misconception that females do not have the skills required to pursue STEM occupations. Maria Luisa describes whether or not society is doing a good job supporting those who want to be in STEM.
We're better, without question, because I think societies are understanding that both women and men have to work, at least as it is today. But I think we're not there yet because there's a lot of biases that we have that are unconscious. And how many people do you know that have been trained for assessing your unconscious biases? Not many. And when you have biases, you're going to look the other person with your lenses. And if you feel that, or your bias is that women are different, you are not going to promote that person as quickly as you will other people that are in your parameters or your non-biases parameters or not in your stereotype definition. So it is really something that is still, we're not there yet. Now there are studies coming about that, and there's a lot of training that are even free. Some of them are very expensive, to make sure that we always recognize what are the lenses that we look society with, and work with that. and change them and transform them and make sure that yes, we're human, we're going to have biases. They are not unsolvable, but it's really what we at the end we work that out. And it's really to recognize that you need to work that out and make sure that you put it aside if you need to and bring it back if you need to. And those skills have to be taught.
It is clear that society has not always supported females who are pursuing a career in STEM or girls who want to pursue a career in STEM. Many times, young girls are told not to follow career in STEM simply because they are girls, and over time they never regain this passion. In a time where STEM is so prevalent in society, it's important that we find equality within this field. In my experience, the one thing that kept me pursuing my passion was the people who supported me and helped me cultivate my skills. But it's important that we do this for everyone, male or female, and allow them to pursue the passions that they want no matter what their gender is. So how do we support young men and women?
So people, again, one of the main thing I believe is to let the woman or girl or young women or girls understand that they can do it. They're as capable as anybody else, and let them not fix themselves as, sometimes maybe harder, maybe not, but if it is, it's okay. Human needs to really learn from their mistakes and their downs sometimes, and then come back and say, I learned so much from this experience that I think now I'm even better than I used to before it happened. But the thing is also that the mentors or the encouragers to promote women have to understand that it's okay, that it's different, or maybe also the conditions and the situations of their life make them a little bit different in many ways, or in the science or the math level. It can be that they may have their ideas that is less or not similar when it is, or if it is not, is producible. They can teach them, and it's really the patience and the open-minded from the promoters to make sure that it's okay. You do it differently, but if you learn these new steps, this is how you're gonna get there. Everybody can do it. That's the point.
Granting everyone equal opportunity to do what they want to do is the key to future success. It's evident that gender has no root in intelligence. Therefore, when someone makes a comment that a woman is not as capable of doing a job, their idea is rooted in stereotypes and not in facts. We have to look at this in a scientific view. If there are no facts that gender is related to intelligence, why keep saying that it is? For a small picture goal, it's important to just simply support a fellow colleague, family member, or friend in whatever they want to pursue. Be there by their side, because I know at the end of the day, that's what helped me, and I'm sure it will help someone else. For a bigger picture goal, whenever you're making a club, a panel, a board, or anything else, make sure you incorporate all different types of people, gender, races, sexualities. Because at the end of the day, you'll be more supportive and you don't know what skills these people have. What's important is passion. At the end of the day, passion is what drives success, not gender, not anything else. Thank you.